Welcome to Liberal AI. So I really wanted to come today because I know usually I'm not always doing videos on the channel, but I really just wanted to just I wanted to talk about all the things that we're facing today as people of color in the Black community, where I feel like there's much more antagonists that we have to be aware of. Um, when I recently seen the story, which I don't want to say names because I feel like when I did say names and stuff, there's a little bit sensitivity around that because we don't know what the family of the people that have been unalived, what they're feeling, and then we don't want to be invasive and also to respect their privacy because they are mourning. But I was so furious and livid when I seen that there was a lynching that recently happened with a black mom. I believe she left 2 children behind or 3 children. I'm not sure. I should have got more of the details, but I just wanted to really just talk about how, being a person of color, leaving your home and not knowing if you're going to return, if you're in a safe environment and things of that nature. So I felt that I needed to just express a few things. So even with myself, I experienced a lot of cyberbullying from a lot of non-black people. When you have a vision and they want to, I guess, check you to make you feel like who you think you are, to have a dream. I feel like that's what it is sometimes. But nevertheless, and we're in this, time where racism and antagonists in today's climate really is affecting us in today's America. I'm watching this dangerous pattern repeat itself. And I feel that people who benefit from racism pretending it doesn't exist, and the antagonists who show up just to silence any conversation that threatens their comfort. I feel like that's what it is. I feel like my last video I talked about Black Joy, where I said continue to have fun in your life experience. Regardless, I know we do have a lot of things that we talk about, but sometimes I don't want to say that we shouldn't talk about it, because we should stand our ground. We should let them know we're uncomfortable. When I say they, the powers that be, the government, the people that are non-black that feel they have more privilege or their birthright, because we don't look the same, but we bleed the same, and that's what's the sad part. But anyhow, I wanted to just talk about division, and let's be clear: ignoring it doesn't really help either, because it's like, how much pain can they endure? How much things that we throw at them, even though we show that we're surviving, we they've tried to get rid of us, we multiply, and so we're still here. And I just wanted to really say that life is a gift. I know sometimes we struggle. I know sometimes we're in a place where we feel like there's no end to this, and how do we go on with our babies being killed, and seeing the lynchings that is still happening, when we used to read about it in history books with our ancestors, the people before us that have died, to make sure we have certain privileges like reading and going in certain spaces, drinking from water fountains freely without labels on them. I know there's some places that we cannot go or we don't feel comfortable in, and they let us know that we don't belong. But I just wanted to say we live in a climate where Black voices are still being policed. Our experiences are still questioned. Our humanity is still debated. Um, and every time someone tries to dismiss or derail, disrespect the conversation, it only proves how necessary the conversation is. On this channel, I try to speak a lot of truth. I haven't really always done videos for the channel, but I'm going to start to, get more engaged and show face, because I used to try to, just do the AI and then do the quotes of the people that I respect, or people that I know are that are in favor of some of the quotes I use for our people in entertainment, or civil rights, or um, humanity for the community, that speak um, about ill injustices, ill will things that have happened, to turn the other cheek or to uplift yourself, right? So I just feel like, we're not here for people to belittle us, antagonize us, or deny the reality of racism. And if you're coming here to do so here on this channel, um, the fact that you have discomfort will never outweigh our right to speak, or my right to speak, to heal and demand better for our future. As far as the children that are growing up now watching these things, or hopefully they don't have too much fear. Okay, but it was just bothering me. It's been on my spirit. It's been on my mind to just make a record that these things are very sad, inhumane, regardless of however you feel, dismissing us because of skin tone, or you feel that a collective. I just feel like we're at this point where it doesn't matter, because I used to feel like, oh, if you behave a certain kind of way, that's why they talk about it. Doesn't matter. You could be a what they say, six figure. I don't know if six figure is a standard, or if it's more than that now, but you can have that salary. You can have lots of businesses. You can own land. You can have real estate. You can drive the finest cars. You can live on the most beautiful gated communities. But at this point, it doesn't matter, it seems. And I used to think that, where they say BS walks and money talks, or money talks and bull ass walks. And I'm just to the point where I'm just like, wow, I just can't believe that we are still in the same situation years later. And it hasn't been that long, because of course, these things have been happening eons, as far as what, 1770, 1700s or 1600s, with slavery, if I'm not mistaken. But I should have came with more facts, so pardon me, but if you know what I'm getting at. So I just wanted to really say, we're not here to argue with people that are committed to misunderstanding us. We're here to build a future where dignity isn't negotiable. Isn't negotiable. Where dignity isn't negotiable, and equality isn't optional. And I don't want to. I repeated myself because I didn't want to slur my words. So I do sometimes get a little nervous talking about it, but I shouldn't feel any kind of way, because I'm on my side and I'm on my people's side. Because what else can I represent? What else should I represent but my people and the culture of what my upbringing is? I can't be anything else from what you see anyhow, but I must, and I feel compelled to do so. And I feel like black joy, black truth, black liberation will always have a home here on this channel. And that's what I really wanted to come with. I didn't want to be too confrontational, But I just wanted to really highlight that in today's America, it's so sad that this dangerous pattern is repeating itself. And I'm just going to end that with continue to live life, to continue to enjoy this life experience. Be safe, be aware of your surroundings, okay? And we can't always be friends with someone, but we can still be cordial and still have that respect for one another in separate rooms, if you will. Because I don't know if unity would ever be a thing unless you're personally in a relationship with a non-black person that you feel safe. But as we're seeing today in this world, we're not always safe. We're not always safe among people that are not likely of our current cultural heritage or cultural comfort zone. I'm just kind of lost for words and I'm getting speechless. So I'm going to go ahead and end it. But I just really wanted to say that this is definitely a problem. And I have little black boys that I'm raising, my grandchildren, and my grandsons, and I always try to teach them to just be safe and don't always take face value. Don't always speak, because sometimes people don't want to speak to us. So it's sad that we have to have these conversations with our children. But nevertheless, I just really wanted to say, let's, confront injustice head on and never let your discomfort outweigh your beliefs. Your right to speak, your right to heal, your right to have laughter and joy and be in spaces without somebody coming to disrupt life as a whole. Peace, love, and light to the family. Abundance and gratitude. Thank you for the subscribes. Thank you for the likes and the views. It's truly appreciated. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I am very, very